We should work our way up this time. If
Okay.
you're down, let's go to Brock.
Okay.
Who do we agree he's in a tier of his own because he's a tight end?
Yes. So me and Max usually do this. This is not the first year we've done this. Pass catchers. So we're including tight ends in here just because the tight end class is a little underwhelming this year. But the top of it is very good, and that's Brock Bowers. And I think it shows some of the spots that we have. Spot had to get taken by him above some of these guys.
Yeah. We literally watched all the receivers first, and I was like, Brock Bowers is gonna fuck up your list. Watch.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much to like about him. First of all, since day one, he came in and was a fucking producer as a rookie. There were some things about him that were overhyped, in my opinion. And I told you, I'm like, dude, you're gonna watch and you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Right.
First of all, he's got good size, not elite size. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? He's 6'3", 240. Who was his running partner the last 2 years before Darnell Washington?
Darnell
6'6", 280.
Washington.
Like, yeah, okay, kind of. But he's quick and fast. He understands how to run routes. Like one was like, I see what you meant by he's physical in his routes. I'm like, oh yeah. I love his ball skills. Now his ball skills are double sided. Me and one had a great discussion, and we're gonna talk about it. He's got an amazing motor, never stops. Blocking's okay. So this is the one thing I want to say right now. As a blocker, he's not George Kittle. Because here's the two comps: George Kittle and Dallas Clark. That's all you're gonna hear. I took Dallas.
I got a couple. I got a different one, but go ahead.
But that's all you're gonna hear. Is he's George Kittle? He's not George Kittle. George Kittle fucking kills defensive ends.
The one thing that what pops out about George Kittle, with both of them is the ability to catch the ball and take it to the fucking house.
Yeah.
George Kittle probably lost some of that the last 2 years, but when he first bursted onto the scene,
no one tackled him.
No one can fucking tackle the guy, and I think that's where Brock Bowers gets those comparisons.
I think he's faster and top end than Kittle ever was. Because he's lighter.
You think so?
He's faster. Yeah, he's fast. Yeah,
that's high praise. Because Kittle was fast, dude.
He's a bum. Nah.
I had a great get off for him. He understands throwing lanes and zone coverage. He's not some fucking slapdick motherfucker who just runs seam routes and that's about it. Like, he understands leverages. He understands zone coverages, what the principles are. You can tell he's a smart guy and he watches some film. Like I said, great yak. Some of the cons, like you brought it up, blocker. Meh. He's not a bad blocker, but he's not a good one.
Yeah, like, bro, like, there's a reason they had Darnell Washington. Like, this guy is not that. He's not George Kittle. George Kittle is another lineman, basically.
Yeah. And catching traffic, that's a pro for him, where he will get hit in his fucking forearms and catch it.
So this is the discussion. He's not a jump ball catcher, but he's a great catch it at the sticks, get hit, and he'll hold on to it.
Exactly.
And that's what we're talking about. Keon Coleman is both. He's like, oh, I'll catch it. I'm going to give a fuck. Right. Brian Thomas is like, you can't catch the contested, but he'll do a jump ball every once in a while.
Like, to me, what I was explaining to Max earlier, it's like, I'm talking about a Moss. Like, pluck it off of his fucking head.
No, that ain't him.
That's not him.
But this is the one thing that kind of hurts him, and he is really good at a lot. I don't know if there's one thing he does elite. Maybe run with the ball in his hands. He's a load to take down. But there's not one weakness to his game, which I love.
Yeah.
To me, he's a top 15 pick. Yeah.
And this is always...
Like, if the Jets wanted to be assholes, and they're like, I will just take him. And I'll be like, dude, that's a really good pick.
One thing that you do got to consider, he's a big guy. He does take a lot of shots because he's physical. Injury concerns. He was injured at Georgia a couple times, was banged up. So that has to be in the back of your mind with stuff. I think that's probably the reason why he's not really gonna go like top 5. Remember, like last year, people were talking about like, oh, this guy's top 5. I remember hearing that. Yeah. Now it's kind of cool.
I think he's a blue chipper though. I think he's a blue chipper for tight end.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with them tight ends though. You gotta be careful, bro. Look,
OJ
Howard. I loved OJ Howard.
Loved him too.
We both love Kyle Pitts. I know that's a different conversation for a different day, but let's just speak the facts on what's happened so far. It hasn't been all that good. It's been underwhelming. So you got to be careful with these tight ends. Nonetheless, he's a top 15 pick to me. And if everything goes right, when he walks in the NFL, he's going to be a top 5 tight end in the NFL. That's
high praise,
Yeah.
very high praise.
And maybe that's, there's not that many great tight ends in the league, but to me, he's better than a Zach Ertz, who's like considered still a top guy.
No, he's washed.
Well, his play sometimes is like some people are like, oh, well, he's top 10.
Could he come in and be better than like Dalton Schultz? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
My pro comparison to him, which is a guy that's really fucking good and he's young, Trey McBride.
What about Jordan Reed for a comp?
No, that's a different beast.
I don't think it's a different beast at all.
I think so.
How?
Jordan Reed had fucking wheels though, bro. Like legit wheels.
I mean,
you think Brock Bowers can play wide receiver?
I think he could.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's just a big wide receiver.
Big motherfucker.
Just to put in perspective, Jordan Reed in 6'2", 235. He ran a 4.72. Jordan Reed.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy's. I mean, just size wise, really Tony Moyaki.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of more of like a Waller type.
Oh yeah, Waller. But he's so fucking big, Waller. Yeah.
But there you go, Brock Bowers, dude. Blue chip guy, first rounder.